Hi, I'm Juan Martinez, and this is Hard Work, More Money.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.
Of June, okay, what is that number? Think about it. Multiply it by 2, okay, and that's basically what you're on track to close for this year. Okay, so that number, that projection of what you're going to close for this year, do those numbers look good for all of you? That's a question. How many you've closed, how much you're going to close next month, multiply that by 2, and that is what you are projected to close for this year. Are you happy with those numbers?
No.
Is anybody happy with what they're projected to do? By a raise of hands. Anybody happy with, are they on track? Let me rephrase that. Are you on track to close the amount of deals that you have set for yourself for this year? Are you on track? Anybody on track here? John, are you on track?
No.
Okay. So then the question is, are you happy with your numbers? Your projection, are you happy with what you're going to accomplish this year? Okay. Obviously you're not on track. Okay. What are some of the simple solutions, okay, to get back on track for the second half of the year?
Hard work.
That's right, 100%. Okay. Anybody else? We have hard work. Is there any other simple solutions to getting back on track for the second half of the year? Can we still hit our goals for this year? Our original goal from December, January that we have set for ourselves, can we still hit it this year?
Yes.
Got to create a belief system. You got to buy into it, because if you don't, then it's not going to happen. So what are the simple solutions then for the second half of the year?
Prospect more.
Okay, prospect, hard work. JP, anything else?
Improve communication.
Doorknob.
Make a point.
Better communication, I'm going to say that falls under practicing. Anything else?
Set a reward.
Say it again.
Set a reward.
Reward yourself for working hard and doing what you have to do. What else?
Open houses.
Open houses, maybe. That doesn't generate the listings, it'll generate more buyer sales. It's an activity you can do, but shouldn't be your main source of business. What else?
Check your database.
Work the database. Work your database better, okay?
Somebody said consistency.
Consistency, being consistent, showing up every day, same time, doing the same things. I worked on this weekend a perfect daily schedule. So we're going to create a poster just like this and put it up here so it can remind you every day of the things that you have to do. I have written down here, show up, work harder, prospect more, take more listings, convert more buyers, stronger follow-up, more practice, more price reductions. We're carrying 200 plus in inventory in available status. The goal is that not only do you take the listings, but you get them sold, and you do that through price reductions. Okay? If you did all of this, would you have a great second half of the year? I need you guys to engage with me.
Yeah.
Help me out here. Come on. It's Monday morning. Well, it's Tuesday morning. Okay? So if you're on track, don't stop. Keep the momentum, which I'm sure there's a few in the company that are on track for what they're doing. Okay? Some of our big producers had a couple hiccups, I know. And it probably slowed them down a little bit. Okay? If you're not on track, don't quit. Push yourself to do the right things. It's never too late. It's never too late. Even if things didn't go that well for you in the first half. You were doing incredible, right? But things slowed down a little bit for you, right? They slowed down because of? Okay, so he wasn't here. So he was showing up every day, stopped showing up for 30 or 60 days for good reasons, right? But it slowed him down, took him off track, okay? The efforts that you put in for the second half of the year partially will go to starting off 2016. So let's continue putting the efforts in right now, okay? And don't stop. It's never too late. Push yourselves, okay? I want to share with you today some thoughts about the word exposure, okay? The meaning behind it for me, and most importantly, what it could do for you and your business, okay? I believe if I didn't have the exposure that I had early on in my career, I would have never sold the amount of homes that I did. I was very fortunate, okay? I was fortunate to meet her, okay? And through her, I was introduced, before I was even licensed, to Mike Ferry and to his company, okay? I was exposed to that company. That created a lot of exposure for me over the years to top producers that I never had access to in the city. What I learned over the years, I want you guys to always remember this, is that the big top producers in the market, I'm saying 50 plus transactions a year, typically will never share their successes to somebody locally. Okay? They're not going to share their successes with you. I went through this for a long period of time. I know the best agents in the marketplace. They're your competitors. So typically a competitor is not going to tell you specifically what they do to be successful. Okay? I had to go outside of the market to find the best agents that were doing a lot of business so that I can learn from them, right? And I did this for a good 10 or 11 years. That's what I do today. In order to build the best real estate office in the country, I have to go and find the best out there. That's what I have been doing for the last 2 years. I can name lots of offices that I've gone to. I was in November at Century 21 Mike Bowman's, okay, who was the #1 office for probably 15, 17 years. They were recently here. They sent their productivity coach here to spend a day and shadow us and see what we do. Okay, George Morris asked me to speak up in Salt Lake City, #1 Century 21 office in the world, dear friend of mine. I'm going to these places to create exposure for myself, to believe and buy into what we're trying to accomplish, okay? Gotta learn from the best. My first year, I did about 35 closings, okay? I spent time that year looking for agents doing 50 to 75 deals a year. I wanted the exposure, okay? I wanted to see others doing 50 to 75 transactions a year. I wanted to see for myself how an agent can list 70 properties a year. Once I was able to see someone do it, then it became possible for me to achieve it, right? What the mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve. The exposure never stopped. I went and watched agents taking 100 listings a year. Had to create the belief system. Then 150 to 200 listings a year. By 2004, I created a floor plan, okay, that would do 500 transactions a year. 2 listing coordinators, 2 closing coordinators, 2 showing agents, and myself as a listing agent, okay? 500 transactions in a small floor plan. Why did I believe that I can do it? Because I had an incredible coach at that time who was coaching the biggest producers in the country. He exposed me to somebody named Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group out of South Carolina, okay? Who's a great friend today. But at that time in 04, he was doing like 400 to 500 transactions a year. And through that exposure, I created a belief system that I can do it, and I built a floor plan behind it. See, the exposure allowed me to think bigger. It showed me the possibilities. It showed me the opportunities that existed in the marketplace. I don't know if you guys know, but there's something like 4,000 listing opportunities in the marketplace each month. And how many of those opportunities are you finding? I don't know. Okay? Exposure is why I grew. If you have an appetite to grow, you have to step outside of your box. Okay? And you got to go out and find the best. And it typically, in this company, we share, but if you're going to go outside, you got to go outside of the city. Here are some thoughts on what you should do for exposure to take your mind and your business to the next level. Number 1, okay, is that you got to find role play partners that are doing more business than you. For 10 years, I had 2 role play partners per day, so I had 10 per week, and I stuck with those 10 for 6 months, changed them out. And I always role play with people that were doing more business than I was, okay? That exposure allowed me to see how they work. We connected, we shared ideas, we did all these things, Allow me to think bigger, okay? So number 1 is finding role play partners. Number 2, create or join a mastermind group of salespeople who are doing more business than you, okay? Either create it or join a mastermind group. You want to talk about masterminds? Come see me. I'll share with you what you have to do to create a mastermind group, right? Number 3 is accountability partners. Having accountability partners, whether it's here in the office or accountability partners from across the country on listings taken, showing up, prospecting, listings sold, closed deals, create any type of accountability. That type of exposure is going to take you to the next level. Number 4, shadowing a top producer. Once a quarter, go out and shadow a big top producer anywhere you want. If you want exposure to them, come see me. Not too long ago, I sent John Pope to my friend Scott Tucker in Riverside, who does 100+ deals a year. Okay, makes a lot of money. He'll allow somebody to come shadow him. I can send you to John Ames in Salt Lake City, who does, or in St. George, that does 300 deals a year. There's top producers I know all over the country. You have to make the effort to want to go and shadow them and spend the day with them so that you can create a belief system that you can list more properties than what you're already listing. Number 5. Ask a local business owner, entrepreneur in another industry, take them out to lunch, okay? I don't care if it's an architect, a doctor, somebody that's earning at least twice or 3 times what you're earning. Sit with them, see their thought process, see how they think, see how they generate business, see how they do things, okay? How they operate, how they look, how they walk, how they drive, what is it that they do, okay? And learn from that experience. Number 6, exposure by going to the Superstar Retreat. Why the Superstar Retreat? Because you got 3,000 or 4,000 people there that want to learn, want to grow, want to build their business. Why the Superstar Retreat? Because the biggest top producers in the country are there. They're front row. They're taking notes. Some are making $3 or $4 or $5 million a year, and they're still learning because they have an attitude that they want to learn and continue building their business. Okay, those workshops, people come from across the country to come to these places to learn how to sell more. They want to learn, they want to expand, they want to grow. That's the type of exposure that you should have. Number 8, exposure to places. Okay, leave the city, right? You know, we go home, we go to work, we go home, we go to work. If you don't create exposure of all the great things that are around the world, then how could you get excited about selling more, right? When you expose yourself to beautiful places, okay, we've seen some amazing pictures this weekend from Hawaii. It's a place now that we want to go. My daughter's over there. By exposing yourself and you see the good things in life that exist, you come back motivated to sell more. Exposure to places, exposure to things. Expose yourself to bigger homes, cars, toys, jewelry, art, whatever it is that excites you. I'm not saying to go out and spend $100,000 on all that stuff. No, but go out and see what the possibilities are, what you can accomplish by selling more homes. Okay? Lastly is number 10, I think it is, non-exposure. Non-exposure, stop exposing yourself to non-producers, right? The non-producers that don't sell much. The non-producers that have a bad attitude, the non-producers that have negativity. Eventually, that will influence you. And it's going to influence you in the wrong direction. And it's down. And you don't want to go that route, okay? Exposure will help you build your dreams and take it to the next level. It creates a belief system that you can do it. I have to sell myself all the time and create a belief system that we can build it and take it to where we want to. And sometimes there's doubts. I had doubts this weekend, right? I have to keep selling myself and keep pushing myself. So I create the exposure to think at the next level. Exposure causes you to think bigger, right? Think big. This is your business. This is your dream. And let me tell you something here. Either you're chasing your dreams or someone else is going to hire you to build theirs. You have a choice. You are in control. Let's make it a powerful week. Thank you.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.